Last part of this chapter covers the income statement. So before, remember when you did the income statement, it was revenues minus expenses gives you net income. Well, in the beginning of this chapter, I talked a little bit about how we now have this cost of goods sold and gross profit piece that come into play. So there's different ways that the financial statements can be done. This is one way here they're showing, which they call it single step income statement. And you can see here that under expenses, the first item after the word expenses is cost of goods sold. So they would pull it out there. But we actually don't usually do the single step income statement, of course, right? In accounting, you always do the more difficult. So you do the multi-step. So this screen here is going to show you the multi-step. And so it's kind of interesting because this is where like a lot of companies will say, like if we just look at December 31st, 2016, right? And we see that net sales are $2,557,543, right? Ooh, yeah, that's great. But when you get all the way down to the end to the net income is only $38,275 for a merchandise company because you have to subtract everything out. So if we go back up to the top of the financial statement, you'll see it starts with the net sales of $2,557,543. Then you have to subtract out the cost of goods sold. So it cost $1,460,433 to sell those goods. That's how much it costs to get them, prepare them for sale, pay for the shipping, all that stuff, and actually sell them to the customer. So if we subtract that from the net sales, we get a gross profit of $1,097,110. Okay. Then from there, you subtract out the operating expenses. And so we see here that they have payroll and some other things. And then you get what's called income from operations. So $181,392. And then you have to subtract out other items. Excuse me. So the big one is income tax, right? So, well, they have other expenses, but then they have income tax, $21,716. So that's where it gets it down to the $38,000. Now, in your homework, you are going to have a problem, and in the problem, you're going to have to do kind of like a miniature one of these. And in the problem, you have to figure out what the gross profit is. And then you have to subtract the operating expenses to get the net income. So the way you get to your gross profit is your net sales minus your cost of goods sold. Okay, so that's something that you'll want to be aware of. And there's a sample in the book. This just kind of takes us through, if we look at this, it goes, the slides just kind of take you through all the different things I just said. Okay, that's actually it. That's it. Just kind of information. It's not very difficult to do. It's just adding a couple little steps to the income statement that you have already done.